Hi guys, welcome back to Craft a Future today, where we're all about taking action that will change your life. So today I'm here to talk to you about three types of investment funds that I believe you need to have in your account. You need to have in your financials that you need to have for you to achieve financial success. Of course, at a bare minimum, what one needs to have is a budget. And second thing is living below your means. But once you're done with this, there are three types of funds that I think would be really interesting for you to consider. Okay, so of course, for you to be financially successful, there are a number of things that you must put in place. One of them is being in charge of your money, being in control of your finances, having that budget that we talked about, sticking to that budget, being disciplined, and then living well below your means. Okay, so for you to be able to now get to the next level, I suggest you need to have at least three of these accounts, three of these funds that I'm about to talk to you about. So the first fund is an emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? Now, an emergency fund is when you save up to 3 to 6 months worth of your income. These funds are meant to cater for emergencies that you may not have planned for or foreseen coming your way at any point in time. So these 3 months are like a buffer, a safety net in case anything happens. We saw during COVID things like job loss happening, things we had not really predicted or prepared for. So such kinds of unforeseen events are where now the emergency fund comes into play. Or you could have an unexpected medical emergency where now, and if you didn't have a medical cover, this emergency fund would cover you during such circumstances. Now, why should you have an emergency fund? The important thing is that so that you don't liquidate some of your long-term investments that you had in place, or you don't sell some of the assets that you had in place that were bringing you returns so that you can settle these emergencies. So if you can have an emergency fund 3 to 6 months, then that should give you that sense of security for you to have the next set of funds that I'm going to talk about. So fund number 2, a sinking fund. Now you ask yourself, what is a sinking fund? Now, a sinking fund is when you set aside funds for a specific purpose or goal. So, for example, you're able to set aside funds so that you can pay your school fees that is due in 3 months or 6 months' time, or your car insurance that is due in the next 6 or 1 year's time. You can plan for it. The sinking fund allows you to plan for these payments by saving small amounts so that when the time comes to pay them, you don't need to pay them within 1 month's budget, which sometimes may be impossible because the large sums that you have to pay would not be possible to pay from 1 month's salary. So again, why is this important? Because we usually have financial stress that comes with making large payments. And if you need to make that payment from a 1 month salary, it leaves you with nothing much to survive throughout the month. So you need to start planning ahead. Having this sinking fund allows you to do that, takes away the stress of making the time when you make the payment, and you're able to pay with ease at the time when you need to pay. So this is another thing that you need to have. Another thing is holidays. We usually have Christmas holidays, Easter holidays. You don't need to wait until December to start planning for your December holiday. You can start as soon as today. February, start planning. March, start planning. Every month, pay some small amount towards this sinking fund so that when the time comes, you're able to take your holiday with ease. All right, so you've done your first 2 funds, and then now the missing link is the third one. You need to have an investment fund or account. Now, what is an investment fund? An investment fund now is where you're saving to invest. Many of us usually are not very intentional about investing, and this is where now you need to take your finances to the next level by saving in order to invest. some of the investments that we'd like to make. For example, if you'd like to buy some land, usually it requires you to have some minimum deposit in your account, or to buy that land, maybe you need 100,000 or 200,000, which you may not have right now at this point in time. So having that investment fund where you set aside funds periodically every month so that you build that fund until the day you're ready to make this big purchase or make this big investment. Or for example, you'd like to invest in a government bond. The minimum amount would be about 100,000 shillings. So if you don't have this money right now, then you start saving towards it. You could put this money in a money market fund where it's also earning interest as you save on it every month. And that way you'll reach your investment goals much faster. So planning for your future you don't have to wait until you have all the funds at once for you to start investing. You can start now with the little funds that you have. I really hope that this video has helped you, and I hope that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel and get many more great tips that we have to offer you. See you in the next episode.